change.
I need to target something first.
I've started my assault on the northern front.
Ooh,
I'll
look
keep
at that
their forces
950 frost
occupied
relic.
so you can hit the priority targets.
Our forces are moving towards Legion High Command. Buy us all
we
the
have
time you
enough
can.
Frost relic
Valeria.
for main spec. Got Italian. Alright, we've got 930 male hens, main spec. Off spec.
Incoming Legion ships! Take cover!
Transmog. Have a 935 Fell Relic, main spec. Off spec. DE. A 930 Fell Relic, but I'm gonna gather nobody wants it, so they didn't want it. 935, so I'm going to DE that.
Should have brought my Demon Hunter. Sad face.
On my way. Missing my music, man. I knew it was a little off.
We can't have that.
I know.
Oh dear.
That was a bit unfair. They put us like right next to each other. Gregor has connected. Gregor has joined the channel.
Witches! You call that torment? I've endured far worse!
Thanks, kiddo.
Bones!
Ignore him, sister. Focus on your duty. These souls are nearly ready to join Agrimar in the Master's service.
I feel those demons twisting the spirits of the Titans, forcing them to use their might to serve the Legion.
Should they fall to darkness, Sargeras will have the power he needs to claim the final Titan.
Azeroth!
Require a target. I need to target something first.
This may be the one place in the universe sacred to the Legion. Demons would pluck out their eyes sooner than gaze upon it.
Who could ever imagine such a sacrifice?
Feast is down shortly.
Okay, Terry has connected.
Feast is down.
Okay, Terry has joined the channel.
Hey, Packet.
Hello.
Hey, Packet.
Oh, hi. You sound like you just woke up from a nap. Not like I just woke up from everything.
That was me getting ready for work this morning. Like, if I'm awake at 4 AM, then I've definitely planned my day.
Hey, Packet, you want to join us for Argus? We're just about to pull Agrimar.
Could you?
Yeah, no worries. Okay, guys, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Abby, you wanna go ahead and do it?
Spread. Watch lady.
Rima got eaten.
I got eaten. Spread. Haste/reach.
None can stand against patience.
Group up, guys.
Phase change. Is unleashed.
Phase 2.
You may have withstood the flames, but you will not withstand my fury. There is no escape.
Spread.
There is no escape.
Spread.
3, 2, 1. Burn!
Group up, guys.
Run out.
Spread.
There is no escape.
Make sure we take those blazes out of the group, please.
Spread.
Stand and die. 4, 3, 2, 1. None can stand against patience.
Group up, guys.
Phase change. Will consume you. I know your target.
Phase 3.
Your modicum of skill will be insufficient to save you.
Spread.
Let the flesh be seared from your bones.
Spread.
The flames will consume you.
Group up, guys.
Run out.
Spread.
Quick get your rebound, please.
The flames will consume you.
Okay, we gotta take those scorching blazes out of the group, guys.
Let the flesh be seared from your bones. 3, 2, 1. None can stand against Tayshak!
Okay.
Hey, Purse, I had a question.
Gipper.
So with the scorching blaze and stuff like that, for me, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's my DBM, but it won't tell me that it's gonna like fall below me. It just appears out of nowhere.
Oh. Do you maybe have it unchecked, like on your notification?
It doesn't actually tell you that it'll drop on you. Just as a ranged player, you just need to stay on the outside edge, roughly, to where if you do get it, it just doesn't drop next to the melee.
Gotcha.
Alright, we've got a 930 back, main spec. Off spec. Yes, it doesn't.
Packet, you ready for an impact?
Alright, we've got a 930 cloth shoulders, main spec. Off spec. Alright, you want to go to DE. We have Tier Helm, Warrior Hunter, Shaman, Monk, main spec. Off spec, or if you want to try for Titan Forge.
Rain.
Yeller man, Yeller Rain. We got Talion. Now we have a Tier Helm for Rogue, Death Knight, Mage, Druid, main spec. Off spec, or if you want to try for Titan Forge. Congrats, Arima, and on my way up.
These stones have tales to tell.
Savvy will be right back.
By any chance, do we have one of those tome like things that you can drop down on the ground to change talents? Because I'm on a different server.
Savvy might.
There's some in the guild bank. Let me grab some.
I can trade one. Open trade to me.
I'm on a different server though. You wouldn't be able to trade it to me.
What server are you on?
Zul'jin. I'm not connected to your realm, unfortunately.
Nope. Sorry, Gregor.
No problem. Before we go to heroic, though, I'm gonna go back and change my talents up.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, Packet, whereabouts are you? Unfortunately, we don't have a block. We can't summon you.
Running by Coven.
Okay. Oh, I'll drop a feast for you, Harina.
Oh, that's crap. Okay, I'm ready.
That's weird, I clicked ready.
You all good? Hugh, you good too?
Mm-hmm.
Okie doke, on the tanks.
What, you guys go to the left, right?
5, 4,
yes.
3, 2, 1. Death and pain! The might of sea and sky must aid our champion, Scryers.
You grab your buff to the left. Everyone grab your buff. And return to the group, nice and tight. Go to left. Make sure to take lights to the back. Move to the left.
Run out.
Lights to the back. Place your buff just a little bit to the left. Everyone grab your buff and then return to the group. Move to the left. Lights to the back.
Let the fury of the sea wash away this corruption.
Drop the box to the left. Move in, guys, to avoid the storm.
Lend these mortals your strength from us to yourself.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, burst to the back, fall on the blue square.
Deadly soon.
Burst to the back.
Want you upset?
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Burst to the back, fall on the blue square.
Want you upset?
No. I require a target.
Watch the bombs, guys. They're still active.
I do not have a target. Time answers to me, Unmaker. The one force that can bind your relentless fury.
I really hate you. Like, not kill this guy.
I hadn't gotten within range to taunt him yet, and Harima pulled aggro there for a second. Just long enough.
Aww.
Target you.
Did you try doing that frost shock thingy I said, Savvy?
Oh no, I didn't. Forgot about it.
I don't know if it'd be worth it for you or not. That's why I said something. Because I know your earth shocks hit for a lot.
I need to target something first. End it all! No! All we have endured, it must not end this way!
Hope is not lost, Hardfather. The spark of life still flickers within these mortals. Arise, champions! Fight to save your world!
want you a step.
4, 3, 2, 1. 4,
Good. Ads.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Ads.
Do we have the buff yet?
No.
Okay. Oh shoot, I thought you said we did.
Good. Ads.
Oh, it's up. Sweet. Thank you, Raz. Nicely done, guys. Very nice. And after Oopsie distributes loot, we have a quick announcement to make before everyone takes a quick break to do what you need to do before we transition to heroic.
Oh my god, I got my trinket.
I got Mega Man trinket.
Alright. Way to go.
I cannot loot that right now. I cannot loot that right
Can I get out of the
now.
box? Alright, we've got a 940 male head main spec. I'll spec. Transmog. Oh, was that badass? Is that for I'll spec?
Basically, yeah, it's a slight upgrade.
Okay.
So I wasn't gonna roll against anybody who needed.
That's all yours.
Thank you.
Alright, we've got a 950 Shadow Relic main spec. Congrats, single-minded. Alright, we've got a 940 Shadow Relic main spec. Congrats, so. And now we have a 940 cloth chest. Main spec. Off spec. Transmog. Alright, going to D.
That's it, that's all. Okay, before everyone leaves, don't go anywhere. Just a quick announcement. The officers and I, we were chatting about our raid progression, and we have approximately 8 weeks to get our ahead of the curve. So what we were thinking is that Friday we will schedule fresh, heroic, and Taurus runs. And if we need to, we can do normal Agrimar and normal Argus at the beginning of those Friday runs if you guys still think we need to do that. And then Saturday we will devote to progression. So whether if that's we're on Coven or Agrimar or Argus, we will devote those 3 hours to getting those bosses down wherever we're at. Now I know it can be frustrating to devote 3 hours to one boss, but I think due to the circumstances, we only have 8 weeks left. We have to get her done. I think that's what we need to do. Any thoughts, guys?
And don't look at it like 8 weeks, because what it boils down to is we have 8 tries, 8 days to get them down.
That's right. And what that also means too for our Saturday progression is that when we hit a brick wall, we're going to have to enforce the rating expectations more vigilantly. So if we hit that brick wall, then the officers and I will have to take a look at the numbers, and if there's anyone who's not pulling the numbers or struggling with mechanics or not coming to raid with their gems and enchants and all the goodies that they need, then we'll have to kindly ask you to drop. And we hate doing that. It doesn't feel good. We don't like doing that. But I think it's necessary because time's a fleeting, and it's just, I think, what we need to do to get her done. What do you guys think?
It's totally okay with me. I totally agree with you guys.
Sounds good to me.
I will, just me personally, I will probably not be in the progression raid as much as I want to, because I know Dresden's DPS is not at the DPS that it's needed for Varimathras and Coven and all that stuff. So I will gladly sit out and just do the fresh heroic on Fridays when I can, only because I don't want to hold the guild back, because I know progression is important.
Well, on Fridays you may end up getting what you need to have that at the same time. Pretty dedicated. We get you what you need.
Exactly. And like, we're here to help, to get you where you need to be. Okay, any other thoughts or comments, guys? Because we're a team, we all have a voice in this.
This is a cheerocracy, not a cheerleadership.
That's right. Okay, so starting tonight then, guys, we're gonna start on Coven. So let's take our break, and if you're missing an enchant or a gem, go get it quick, and then we'll get started at 9 server, and let's get some bosses down. Let's get our ahead of the curve.
Also, if anybody needs enchants, let me know. Dariella can pretty much make whatever, so if you need one, just let me know and I'll make it real quick for you.
Okay, well, once we all head out here, I'll throw out a break timer, and then I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. Is it raining men over there? Oops.
Somebody's jam.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
And all this time I thought it was raining crushed ice.
Crushed ice.
Cube days.
It's mixed strength. It needs to be cubed so it don't water down your water, anything like that.
Pellet ice that considered a cube or
Well, yeah, I think it's soft enough to qualify as crushed.
Alright, I'm definitely Team Crush then.
Yeah, I'm team.
Cubed is the only way to go.
I have to agree with that.
I like the ice spheres that sometimes the bars will put in my whiskey. Big fan of those. But is that a cube when it's a sphere? I submit that it is not.
I believe cubes actually fall under the category of whole chunks of ice. Fully formed portions of ice.
What about cylinders?
Like the ones that you can stick in the water bottle?
The ones that are round that are hollow on the inside.
Aren't those the pellets? Isn't that what they were talking about with pellets?
Alright, I'm just about out. I'm gonna throw a break timer. Alright, be back in a minute or two.
Good fortune to all friends of the Grummels.
Everybody come back!
You could blame it all on her.
That's right. You got 2 minutes and 3 seconds to come back. There we go.
But who's...
That's
right. Hey, just let me know if you want me to, but...
First, I think I'm on DPS tonight instead of tank.
Nope, 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 nope.
That's worth a shot. Dozer would probably like, no. I can hear
I've missed you, Annie!
I know, it's been so long. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Pack 8 has too much on.
Oh, poopsicles.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My bags are so full.
Mine too. I feel your pain.
And then I have a piece of gear that's in the legendary slot that's supposed to be like it's the belt for Shadow. Did we build this city?
We did.
Listen to the radio. For the longest time when I was a child, I thought this was a woman. I mean, I thought it was like all women.
Anyone need a summons? Freezer, what happened?
I fell to my death.
Did we have a little accident? Press 1 if you need a summons.
I think it's time to update my trans.
Okay, let me hop in first, guys. Should be good to go.
Oh, did you get it?
What's that?
Lockout.
I did. But I really appreciate you doing it in the event that I couldn't. I tried to get Coven down, but no success. Well, I know poor Harima, he spent 6 hours today trying to get Coven down.
I thought that isn't that my lockout with Coven down? I'm pretty sure.
No.
Okay, didn't Oops save that one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
From a while ago? Look, check it. It'd be way better starting past Coven if we can.
Oh, for sure. I'm pretty sure you're on Coven though, because you saved it from last weekend, right?
Yeah, Coven is not saved. It's Var Marthas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was Coven too.
I wish.
Are we good to zone in first?
We are good to zone in, yep. Well, the good thing is when we get Coven down tonight, it'll be a guild achievement, because the last time we got Coven down, there wasn't a guild achievement. So it's all
going down.
Exactly. It's just all meant to be that Coven's going down tonight. And Eggermar. And hopefully
So you're saying there's a chance?
Forget Argus.
It's all this 1 in a million talk.
Don't forget Argus. You can't leave him out.
He's a jerk. He's got it.
Like 1 in 1,000? More like 1 in a million. So you're saying there's a chance?
I love that. Love that scene.
What if he'd have shot you in the face? That was a risk we were willing to take.
I know, right?
So you're saying there's a chance is always like my pickup line? Like when somebody says, it'll never happen in 1,000 years. Oh, so, but there's a...
Oh no, it happened jargon!
I guess there needs to be a warning if you're riding someone else's mount and
Yes,
they click
that
on
happened
that.
to me last time.
You need to jump off first.
Long last, the end is upon us. Press on, my friend.
I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
That's a good song too, Packet. I actually use that song when I'm teaching my kids about simile.
You ever told them what it meant?
Too bad.
Crazy. Come on, that was funny.
That was fun.
I said that on a tour one time when I was on one the tour guide. He told me that I was the worst.
Oh, Packet.
Hate me.
Oh!
I totally did that in an LFR with my monk. And I was trying to
Hey, the door is open. Can we just skip Coven?
Yeah. The door is open because I'm in here.
Packet!
Still don't forgive you for just killing me right then.
Worms babbling.
Yeah, it wasn't just you.
Scorch the flesh from his miserable bones.
I saw you run by and I was like, no, 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 no. Oh.
No, it wasn't run. It wasn't run by. It's a run too.
The spirits of the Titans.
Yeah, with his turtle shell on. Like, haha.
What do you guys want to do? One for Coven or two for Egg?
The power he needs to claim the final Titan.
Coven can suck on my shaved ice.
Savvy!
What? I second that motion.
I second it.
Cubed dice too.
We're cubed.
Coven.
Well, looks like it's going to be Eggerman.
Or pellets, whatever you want.
I don't know. Suck my pellet. Ice has a good ring to it.
It's funny, I was like, there's this whole thing on Facebook now about the ice. And I was like, I was gonna prove you wrong. And then I saw the way you guys voted and I was like, ugh. And he's like, you can admit you're wrong now. And it wasn't a thing until you made it a thing. But now you can admit you were wrong.
We all make mistakes.
This may be the one place in the universe sacred
Not a
to the
mistake.
Legion. Demons would pluck out their eyes sooner than gaze upon it.
Who could ever imagine such a sacrifice?
Oh, Pro, you got the dinosaurs.
It was my birthday gift, was the X-Pack with the pet and the mount.
Dozy, you're so kind. Also, my birthday was like 5 months ago, and I didn't get it.
Oh, nobody loves.
I'm gonna say you didn't pre-order it sooner, so he could wait till her birthday to pre-order it, so he didn't have to get her anything else.
Brilliant.
If he knows the way to my heart, though, like, you just give me a little virtual mount or pet for this game, and I'm so happy.
See, for my wife, it's chicken nuggets.
I did all of Dresden's Christmas shopping last Black Friday when Blizzard had the store sale, and I just bought like 3 of the plushies.
Yep. 2 of those were pet pages.
Oh, and the Murloc Christmas sweater too.
Yeah, I have a Murloc ugly Christmas sweater. It's amazing. But now you got me Shadow and Hogger and the little worm or wyvern thing. It's so cool. Shadow lights up. It's amazing.
Okay, I need 6 volunteers for CC. Well, we've got
We have CC.
We've got druids. We've got...
Dariella can do one.
Okay. Dariella, which one you want?
Doesn't matter. I'm open to any of them.
Okay, well last time you were the nipple. You want to be the nipple?
Yeah, I'll take the nipple.
Okay.
No problem with that.
Super. Okay. Oh, I can drop a feast yet. Hold on, I'm figuring this out. Okay, feast is down. And cookies too! Yay! Savvy, you want to be purple diamond?
I'm sorry, I'm not in this this playground. You got hunters, the monks, rogue, demon hunter, warlock.
Harima, which one you want?
Which one's not taken yet?
Well, we only have we just have one assigned, which is the nipple. At the moment.
I'll do star then, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, packet, which one do you want to do? Okay. Thank you. And Gregor, which one would you like to do? Purple for Raz? Okay. Gregor,
which one's was taken?
We've got blue and X available. Because the first one that we're going to allow... You want X?
Sure.
So, Hewin or Twitch? You guys want to do... Which one of you guys want to do blue?
Just to make sure, I've only done this fight like in 2 attempts, like back when my guild was still raiding, and it's been a while since I did it on heroic. I didn't know we were jumping this far ahead. I apologize.
Yeah, that's... Soul, how do you feel about being our death grip designator person?
What does that do?
Well, basically what's going to happen, when those 6 ads spawn, all of them are going to be CC'd. And then the first one that's going to make its way to the boss is going to be the skull. And then after that, we need to stagger those ads coming into the boss. So basically what's going to happen, we're going to call out which one needs to be broken. So let's say it's X. So that means you're going to death grip X, bring it into the boss, and then we heal up once we're stable. Then we grab another one and bring it into the boss.
Okay.
Who was blue? Who wanted to be blue?
Twitch was blue.
Okay.
Are these ads the ones that spawn like on normal, like the fireball, the fire guy?
No, the difference is on heroic, the little guys, they have to make their way to the boss. That's the only way we can get rid of them. So we can't kill the little ads. We want to keep those up. So the priority, as Twitch said, is the big ads. And what we'll do when the big ads and the little ads spawn, let's prioritize Annie's ad first. Okay, so we'll be all grouped up. It'll be easier for the healers. So Annie's big ad first, and then we'll do Dozer's ad. And Packet, can I just borrow you for 1 minute in room 1?
Persephone has a channel.
Are we gonna take my ad up to Skull? Is that what we're gonna do? Like swap with Skull?
Yeah, I would assume. Like you'll pull the big ad away a little bit, and then let Skull go in, and then you'll take the places.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
And then I was thinking, did I tank this before? I feel like I've tanked this before on heroic, and it was frightful. I mean, it was delightful.
Okay, so you guys are CCing the Embers then?
Yep.
So basically, when you kill them in this mode, they just melt, and then they grow back, and then they start heading towards the boss again. So you have to CC them all, and pull them each into the boss like one at a time, so that you can get rid of them without having them all blow up on the boss like at the same time. And then if they get close to one of the big ads, they enrage and run towards the boss and blow it up.
Oh, awesome, little bastards. Alright, so the Blazing Eruption is the one that is the thing we need to stagger.
I mean, that mechanic in heroic is so different than it is in normal that it's almost like completely different. Like those ads will kill the two big ads, and there'll still be like most of the little ads alive, and will be on the boss and still taking one of those little ads into the boss like throughout the fight until they're all.
Okay, I've only done this on heroic once, and it was pretty much a wipe fest, so I barely even remember.
Yeah, it's cool.
So basically, in short, this fight is almost identical to normal, like what we just did. The big difference is the ads. The small ads are no DPS, so there's no DPS on the little ads whatsoever at all, or else they break the CCs. Like Beld was saying, the idea of the CCs is basically to have the smaller ads come into the boss in a orderly fashion to not blow up the raid. If you have more than one hit the boss, then basically every time one of those hits a boss, it puts a gigantic dot on you, which does a whole bunch of damage and blows up and does bad. Whole bunch of healing. If two of them hit within a couple seconds, the raid's pretty much wiped. There's pretty much no healing to it. So we basically just CC them, and then Soul will be basically pulling them in, and we also let them walk in, but only one at a time. So just about everything else is the exact identical as the normal fight. It's really not that different, except for the ads. It's a little harder on the tanks because the big ads, if they get close to little ads, do get enraged, and that's not good either, because then little ads will run in, blow up on the boss, and when they enrage, it's pretty much a one-shot, one-kill kind of thing. So, main objective is just to keep those...
Can you snare the little ads to slow them down?
Yeah, you can use slows and stuff, but the whole idea is to keep them locked in place until we want them to move. Yeah, just,
Thinking of recovery.
Yes, people that aren't in that group that are doing the hard CCs, if you have a slow or something and if there's one that gets loose, then yes, by all means, the ads are the priority in this fight. We should have plenty of time to kill this guy. It's just managing the ads and making sure they go in at the right time, and making sure nobody dies because of it, because there's a lot of damage that goes out, even letting them go one by one. Like, you know, it's not. It's only part of DPS race. Yes, there is an range timer, but it really doesn't matter if you never get there. So that's why the ads are such a high priority, because if we don't control the ads, then we lose anyway. You know, don't even make it to the you know, enraged timer. So controlling the ads is priority.
Okay, everyone knows what ad they're CCing? We're all good?
Yep.
Okay, so the first ad soul that we're going to pull to the boss is going to be X. And so when the ad phase, when we transition into the ad phase, you want to grab that ad right away. And then I will call out to grab the one that's closest to the star. And then we're going to work our way clockwise. So it'll be X, pull it in, we're going to take damage, heal up, then we'll take the star, pull it in, take damage, heal up, then we'll do the nipple, then we'll do the diamond, etc., etc., etc.
Isn't there one up by Skull? Do we all have that one?
It's just a place marker for you tanks, just to make sure that he's facing that way, that's all. My bad. I originally said...
I thought there was another one up there, is there not?
The ads spawn sporadically around the platform. The markers are strictly a guideline. There could very well be one that spawns near Skull, but that would end up being one that we're calling X. Just because it's not a set spawn around the room where they show up. It's just a general guideline of where they will probably show up.
Within 60 yards.
And then when those ads spawn, like I said, we're going to get 6 little ones and then 2 big ones. Dozer will have you on the left-hand side where the panties are, and so that way the ads aren't going to buff each other. And then Annie will have you on the other side, opposite of the panties. And DPS, we're going to target Annie's big ad first. And then we'll move over to Dozer's big ad and we'll get him down. Any questions, guys?
And I will be recording.
I'm recording too. Alright. We need a what? We need Annie! Thanks, Rob. And sorry for the delay, guys, but it's just one of those fights where you gotta set everything up, and it just takes time to make sure that we all know what we need to do. Any food, Annie?
I got food.
Oh.
I had no idea why I just ran on the side. It's just not paying attention at all.
Stop, brown. Smell 'em.
And as a reminder, range, try to start out roughly spread so you minimize movement for the fire spots. If you get the whatever it's called, the fire thing in the first phase, just like a normal. So less movement equals more DPS. So find a spot and stay with it until we have to stack.
Who's taking boss first?
I guess me. Annie. I will try not to run off the side randomly.
Thank you.
Alright, guys. On the tank.
Alright.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You will burn!
3, 2, 1.
Spread.
Make sure we take those scorching blazes far out, guys, especially for the next phase, because they're going to emit fire wave.
Spread.
Four, 3, 2,
Throttle in 3, 2, 1. None can stand.
Okay, group up, guys. Stack that stack.
Range, you don't have to be like up on the boss's butt. It does have like a 20-yard range.
Okay, run away.
4, 3.
Spread. Throttle in flame.
Okay, watch those flames.
Phase change.
CCs.
Okay, CCs, guys. Add phase. We are targeting Annie's first.
Get them separated. Annie, you gotta have him on the other side, but.
Over here.
I need to target something.
Alright, Soul, you should be pulling an add in.
Perfect.
Let him hit the boss.
You may have withstood the flame.
CCs, purple.
Withstand my fury.
Watch your step.
Let me grab
10 seconds on star.
Spread.
Can we get Daryl up, please?
Oh, that's.
Watch your step.
Let orange go.
Spread.
3 CC star. Dozer, get it.
2, 1.
Group up, guys.
Purple needs CC'd or killed. Oh, that's a wipe.
It's not bad though, guys. Not bad.
Run out.
Where are we starting on the little ones again?
You have no hope of victory.
But we're not DPSing the little ones.
Our crusade.
Just the big ones.
Just
But we should be killing the little one. We should be putting one in while we're killing the big ones, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Many deals for a
How long
friend
does that
of
debuff last?
20 seconds.
It's 20 seconds per ad. They stack,
I
which
also have a
hurts.
death grip if you need me to do that too.
We don't want the little ads anywhere near the big ad.
If your big ad is dead, you could.
Oh, that's right.
But
it does
usually-
more damage. That's right.
Oh, if it touches your big ad, it's a wipe instantly.
But that might work because Annie's ad goes down first. So if Soulfane pulls one, right at the time that big ad goes down, then Annie can pull one. And then Soulfane's will be back up after that.
Well, my timer for my death grip is right about the same time as whenever the debuff is gone. So as soon as Annie's was down, I grabbed X, just that way they wouldn't hit each other.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think we waited too long. We shouldn't have that many up by the time the next Tesseract.
Well, the reason we had to wait is because the ads were in the path of X going to the boss. That's why I told Annie he should be on the other side of the boss. That's the point of Dozer pulling one ad to green. The other ad should be on the other side of the boss. That way the path from X to the boss is completely clear. And then Dozer should be moving from green to X, where we just pulled an ad from.
Does anybody have a tune I can borrow? And I'll switch, get my Earthcraft totem out.
Feast is
Yeah, Trado does, so I got some.
And thank you. And so if anyone who's assigned to an ad on CC, if you do die, call it out as to what symbol you were responsible for, so that way we can assign that symbol to Hugh and he can be our backup.
Well, I can throw a totem too, the Earthcraft totem on the spot.
Only if we have a fast card.
Only if what?
Never mind.
A fast. Fast car. And be somewhere and be somewhere. I love that period of the 90s and early 2000s where people saying like they had marbles in there.
Yep. Almost sounded a little bit like Elvis, although he's 50. Yes. You're gonna grab a yikes? Sorry, I missed that last one.
I'm gonna actually re-grab my shaman. I thought we were starting to come out, the only reason I grabbed my priest. Well, actually, I don't know, will that mess up anything?
Let's see here. We have 2 who are not in the guild. 3. It might.
Okay, never mind. This fight particularly sucks super bad for priest because our DPS comes from ramp up, and right about you get ramped up, you can't attack the boss anymore.
Get all ramped up, and then it says I have a headache.
Sounds as horrible as that edging thing I hear about.
I know that.
Okie doke, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You will burn!
3, 2, 1.
Spread. Watch my will die in my way. Spread.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Watch my will die in my way. 2, 1.
Group up, guys.
Attack. Attack. Run out. I'm out of range.
4, 3,
Spread. Watch my
one.
die in my way.
Face change.
CCs.
Okay, add face, guys. Remember, we're starting on Annie's first.
Ready to grab it.
Perfect. Awesome.
Alright, back on the boss. Purple needs CC'd.
But you will not withstand my fury.
Watch you
Stand and die.
Grabbing star.
15 seconds left.
Look at your CCs.
Spread.
Refresh if needed.
Watch you
and die.
Purple's
None can stand against Taser.
full purple. Never mind, it's Spanish. Pull the next one.
Grab an orange.
run out.
Use your cookies, guys. How about you get...
Purple has 5 seconds. Slow it, but let it go.
Once you escape.
Alright, pull it.
Spread.
Thanks, Annie, I was on the wrong side.
There's no escape.
Alright, pull blue.
Stack up.
Stack.
Blue's on its way in.
Stack.
Run out.
We gotta make sure we're doing that right when it's supposed to be done, because they do have like a small in-range timer on the big ads. Or the small ads, sorry. Go ahead and pull this next one in.
Watch your step and die. Spread.
That is literally the fight. We just have to do that one more time.
Yep, we just have to rinse and repeat, guys. We got this.
Watch your step and die. Spread.
Thanks, stack up.
Stack. Stack.
So, I noticed Annie and Dozer, you guys are used to taking opposite ads of what we set up. So if you guys just want to switch ads.
CC and Lust.
Oh that's not good.
No, it's not. Come on.
Oh, good try.
I would.
Yeah,
wait,
you want to make sure you keep them right near the boss.
No, it was. I got the one. I got the ad mixed up and taunted one, and then my taunt was down. They ran. It was just not good.
It's all good. So, Dozer, do you want to be on the right, and Annie, you want to be on the left?
That's usually what we do. Yeah, so that might be better for us, just since we're used to doing it that way.
Okay. If that's the case, we'll just be killing Dozers first. You'll stay on that side of the boss, and Annie will be going to green, and then X.
Alright, so we're switching, so I'll be on green. So I pull and put to the front of the room.
Yeah. Because you normally get that boss, or that big ad on that side. So it'd be easier for you to go to green rather than Dozer pulling the other ad from the other side and you guys just playing Ring Around the Rosie.
And Soul, you have a very stressful job, and you're doing great.
Nah, point and click.
Story of the Death Knight. Sorry.
Oh, okay. You're not wrong, but don't gotta be rude.
Oh, me standing there waiting on you, didn't you, bro?
Yay!
I don't know, it's one of those jobs where you have to like, do it.
Speaking of pouring some sugar on me.
Oh, are you hungry?
Naughty.
It's a good song, just saying.
Oops, not no.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite songs by them.
Okay, let me drop a piece.
While we're eating a piece, I have to bio really fast.
Oh, I'm so happy for y'all. Thank you. It's Pride Month.
It is.
I'm going to be marching in San Diego. Come and see. But it's not Dolce.
But the real question is, taste the rainbow?
A fruit flavor.
Here we go.
I'm pleased to feel.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You will burn!
I
do not have a target.
1.
Spread. All will die in my way.
Spread.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Watch 3, 2, 1. None can stand against Tayshala! Such a worthless opponent!
Stack up it.
Run out.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Face
change. CCs.
Ad phase, guys. Remember, we're on Dozer's ad first.
Grabbing skull.
Okay, everyone on it. Cookies, guys. How about you healers?
Withstood the flame. Fall, frail mortal!
Spread.
Star snack.
Watch you a step.
Except he's still CC'd with that.
Damage him right after you pull him. Make sure he loses the CC.
Spread. Watch you a step.
No escape. 4, 3, 2.
Free CC.
Group up, guys.
Oh, crap.
This is gonna hurt.
Stack.
Run out.
I would just wipe that.
Good try, guys. Yep, let's wake it up. It's smooth, guys, though. It's a lot smoother than last time we did it. We got this.
Victory. Nothing can stop our crusade.
I have many wares.
Melee, make sure you're not ever in front of the boss.
May your feet find good trails.
Or standing with the tanks.
And for those of you who are on CC duty, just be mindful of your ad and just make sure that your ad's always CC'd.
The way I normally do it is I just watch my CC cooldown timer, and as soon as it comes up, just redo it.
Yep,
because it's usually half over by then, so.
Harima, which one are you on? Oh, you're on Star. That's okay, because that's, I think, the second one we pull anyway, so that should be good.
Yeah, no, I was just giving you a FYI.
Nope, that's good. Thanks for that. Is there anyone else who's on CC who would rather be on an ad that gets pulled sooner than later because of their duration of their CC? Oh, nope.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up because I have a full minute on mine, and mine gets taken first, so I don't mind switching.
Let's see.
Well, whatever ad gets taken first shouldn't be getting CC. That just delays the process. So if that opens up something else, you could always be on backup rather than just CCing something.
Let's do that, Gregor. So instead of CCing X right away, since we're going to pull it first anyway, let's just have you on backup.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, let me grab a feast. I just need to find it.
Oh yeah. Candy, candy. Oh, I love candy.
Feast. Oh, thanks, Twit. Double check your flask, guys. If you got runes, every little bit's gonna help. Well, we probably got one more attempt here, and then we'll take a break. Okay, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You will burn!
4, 3, 2.
And I've seen Kid Rock.
All will die in my way!
Spread.
Spread. 1. Drown in flare. 3, 2, 1. None can stand against Taser!
Stack. Stack.
Run out.
I must get closer.
4, 3,
Spread.
2,
Watch wave.
1.
Die in my way!
CC's.
Is unleashed!
And remember, we're on Dozer's ad first.
Oh, that was close.
That was really close.
God. My bad. Gosh, I just killed myself.
I need to target something first. You may have withstood the flames, but you will not withstand my fury.
Raz, what symbol did you have?
Hit purple.
Gregor, can I get you to do purple?
Yeah.
There's no escape.
Spread.
I'm grabbing purple.
None can stand against
Stack up.
Stack. Stack.
Run out.
Grabbing mid.
Spread.
Yeah, when you grab it, make sure you dot it up or something.
Join the channel.
Miss anything big?
Or if somebody can, when he calls out that he's grabbing something, just dot it or hit it once.
Grabbing the last one.
Stack up.
Stack. Stack.
Run out.
Okay, rinse and repeat, guys.
Who's replacing Raz?
Gregor.
Spread.
Probably.
Sure.
Watch your step. Spread.
So Gregor will have you back on backup. Thank you. Stack up there.
Stack. Stack.
Run out. Face change.
CCs.
Will consume you.
Remember, Dozer's ad first.
What?
Skull's going in.
Oh, we got a loose one over here by purple.
Face. Speed.
Res on me, please.
Such a worthless opponent.
Star's going in.
We do your CCs.
Be seared from your bones.
Shout
Spread.
Blue X has 6 seconds. Re-CC.
Let the flesh be seared from your bones.
Let purple go in.
Oh, I got
CC,
orange.
CC, CC, CC.
I can't see it.
It's gonna go. Somebody pull it away.
Stack.
Stack.
That was better, guys. That was progress. I think that was our best attempt so far.
That might have been my mistake.
Fall, frail mortal! Let the flesh be seared from
That's
your
okay.
bones.
Agrimar's going down tonight. I am confident.
You had no hope of victory.
Twitch can res.
Can stop
Too
our
bad.
crusade.
You gotta say that earlier, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna live this time.
Twitch can res the one person who didn't release. Everybody else is making the walk of shame.
Yeah, actually all three monks should have their transfer on that edge of the bridge, so if you're one of the last monks, you can just zippy zip out, res, you have to walk back every time.
Hadrate has joined the channel.
Right. Twitch, how far back do you have to put them?
You have to put it
Right on the lip.
Okay.
Alright, let's take a 5er and then we'll come back and we'll kill Agrimar. It's just as easy as that.
Yep, you have the holy power now.
Easy. I like how humble you are, Thalen.
So I'm a third of a way to the Brontosaur map.
I heard a Hadreth as well.
I saw a Taran on one in the beta, one of the Brontosaurus mounts, and it's absolutely massive.
That's what I was gonna ask. How big is that?
He was standing in the middle of Dalaran, and the Brontosaurus's head easily went up and past the ledge over the Ledgermane Lodge.
That is nuts.
Wait, there's a Brontosaurus mount?
Mil, so.
A cool 5.
4.5 if I think is because I think it qualifies for rep reduction, and you're probably going to get
Costs
exalted
5 mil and it has an auction house on it. Or
Why would
something
it have
like
been
that.
5 mil for a mount?
Oh, you're talking about the Brontosaurus from the beta?
Yeah.
Something I will never get.
I am working on it. I am at 1.5.
You'll spend all that getting raid ready in the beginning of BFA.
I don't spend gold getting raid ready. What the heck are you? I don't understand why people do that.
What's raid ready?
Anybody who's gonna have that mount will have that 5 mil and then some before BFA comes out.
The people who have the spider mounts will definitely have it.
Or, you know, right after it comes out, because I mean, like, I know at least from this expansion, herbs go for a ton, so I may slip neglect alchemy for a bit and just let my herbs go on the auction house. Also,
I don't know if I want to pay 5 million for a Brontosaurus that doesn't fly. You are paying 5 mil for a movable auction house, basically. I don't go to the auction house that much, so it's not worth it.
I totally auctioned in Silver Moon.
Even if you did go to the auction house that much, I don't think it's worth it.
Oh, that movie was so worth going.
Punches, lucky doos, and root. May your feet find good trails. Many deals for a friend of
What's
the
funny
Bronx
is,
who feel like you.
Valular did a comparison on gold to real world values based off what they were selling for. And the 5 mil gold mount is roughly equivalent real world value wise to what Epic Flying was in BC.
Right.
So there's something to think about. It's not really, it sounds expensive, but it's comparable to getting your Epic Flying in Burning Crusade. Based off real world values of gold.
Yeah, and back then we were still saving up for our 540 gold epic riding mount.
Or 5,000 to get your epic flight so you could get the Netherwing.
Feast is down, guys. Check your flask. Okay, I think we're all back. So just a ready check to make sure we are.
Lock rock.
Hade, you'll be back up pulling. We have Soul doing it at the moment.
Awesome. I've never main DPS this boss before.
I know. I kind of want to be like, hey, you're pulling.
That's what I said to Hade. I said, it's all good. You can just focus on DPS. And he's like, what? Really? Okay, that sounds awesome.
He's all in.
Can I get some lock rocks?
He's like, what else do I?
Why don't you just take them out of your box, Hade?
My box.
Hey, Odessa, you back? And where are the lock rocks? Am I missing them? Or are they down?
Lock rocks.
Alright, so it's not just one. Excellent.
They're right here. They're over here.
Alright, this one's for gold.
1 for the money, 2 for the sow, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go.
And check your flask, guys. Food is down.
And you know, next expansion, Purse is going to be totally on fishing, so she can help me with them.
Too bad. Ewan, you have a flask?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I'm kind of multitasking at the moment.
Alright.
Ready?
Ready, Freddy.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Free pot.
1. You will burn!
3, 2, 1.
Spread. Launch wave. Spread.
Elmer Derby dies.
Doesn't die.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Launch wave.
3, 2, 1. None can stand.
Stack up, guys.
Stack. Stack.
Run out.
CCs.
Remember, we're on Dozer's ad first.
Skull's on its way in.
I need to target something first.
Make sure you guys are watching those swirls on the ground. They do hurt. We do CCs.
Stars in.
Watch your step. No escape.
Bell, you'll still get clipped up there, bud.
Spread. Watch your step.
And die.
Banish is off on purple. Good.
Stack up, guys.
Stack.
We do CCs.
Stack.
Run out.
Use your cookies, guys. How about you?
Let the banish fall off. Pull that ad in.
Watch your step.
No escape.
Spread. Watch your step.
Hidden moon.
No escape.
Spread.
Such a worthless opponent.
Can we get Raz up, please?
None can stand against Angela.
Stack.
Stack up, guys.
Stack.
Run out.
I'll grab square as soon as this is done.
Perfect. Let's repeat, guys.
Spread.
Must stay ahead.
Watch your step.
No escape.
Spread.
Go ahead and pop Odessa. Stack.
Stack.
Pedestron, did you have a CC?
Nope.
Stack.
Run out. Phase change.
CC?
On Dozer's ad first, guys.
What?
Man.
Grabbing skull.
We need a CC over here. Purple-ish.
Phase 2.
Get ready to grab star.
Marksman's skill will be insufficient to save you. Let the flesh be seared from your bones.
Spread.
3 CCs.
Watch your step.
Alright, grab an orange.
Spread.
4, 3, 2, 1. None can
Stack up, guys.
Stack.
run out.
No, I'll grab mood as soon as we're done here. Oh no, let the other one go in.
It's going.
Let the flesh be seared from your bones.
Spread. Spread.
Moon's on the way.
Let the flesh be seared from your bones. 4, 3,
Back.
1.
Let that last one walk its way in and pull it when the timer's done. Go and pull it.
See that.
Fight.
Run out.
Stay alive.
Can we get Twitch up, please?
Spread.
The
Watch your
flames
step.
will consume you.
Spread.
The
Watch your
flames
step.
will consume you.
Well done, you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. Awesome.
Woohoo! Good job.
I told
Good job,
you, all you needed was the holy
Good
power.
job, guys.
Vandermar's essence is free. He can stand beside his brethren once more.
Our victories mean nothing, so long as Sargeras has the soul of Argus to fuel his infinite army. Azeroth remains in grave peril.
The Titans can sever that connection. Not here.
Make sure you loot the boss for
They
your
need
quest
to bring
item.
the soul of Argus to their place of power, the seat of the Pantheon.
The very cradle of
Alright, we have a Tier Helm Paladin.
The final act will harness the last of Argus's power to imprison Sargeras once and for all. Heroes, I can
Dozer, I don't
signal
think
the
you wanted
Titans
it
to
all.
begin. Once they start their ritual, there's no turning back.
Rat rail.
Now we have a Tier Helm, Warrior, Hunter, Shaman, and Monk for main spec. Hi, what are you wearing right now?
Me?
Oh, wait a minute, Odessa got one higher than you. Odessa, what are you running right now?
955 crit mastery.
Alright. I mean, are you using tier?
I do, but I have a 945 helmet head if you want to give it to him.
Oh, I don't care.
Hi, and do you have a 4-set?
I do, but it's a 935.
Alright, I'll give it to you then.
Social.
All yours. Alright, what's next? We have a a male feet 945 main spec. Off spec. Oh, sorry, never mind. Badass Tron wants it. All right, you got it.
Sorry, I've been waiting for you guys guildmates to get it first.
Okay. All yours.
Thank
you. Alright. 945 Life Relic main spec. I'll do it first. I'll spend. Congrats, oopsie. It's actually a good upgrade for me. And I'll switch over too.
Thank you, Oops, you're awesome.
My pleasure.
Okay guys, well, I know what we need to do in theory, so I can explain the differences, and for those of you who have done this fight, if we need to tweak it accordingly, then we can tweak it accordingly. But from what I understand, there are 4 differences. So, tanks for you guys on the 4th phase, like you're still going to get the scythe ability, so you still need to do a taunt swap, but those stacks are going to become permanent. So you will eventually die. There'll be no way that we can avoid that. So that relates to everyone else in that we need to be mindful of how often we use the tree, because our tanks will die. They will have to resurrect themselves by using the tree. So that's the first difference. The second difference is that the orbs, they only last 30 seconds, which kind of sucks. So our buff is only 30 seconds. And also when the orbs spawn, so does the blight. So for those of you who get the blight, it sucks because you can't get your orb buff. So if you get the blight, you have to run to the back, right, deposit your crap, and then come back to the group. Okay? And fourthly, when we're on the constellation phase, make sure that we are only interrupting Cosmic Beacon, because if we screw up when we interrupt Star Blast, then that constellation basically becomes immune to stuns for like a minute or something like that. And so it really sucks if we need to stun that constellation and we can't because they've become immune. So from what I understand, those are those 4 changes. Everything else is the same. Any thoughts, comments?
2 notes on that last one. Also, you want to interrupt it as soon as possible, because anytime you interrupt one of those casters, they become immune to interrupts for X amount of time. So if you interrupt them at the end of the cast of Cosmic Beacon, you will not be able to interrupt the next Cosmic Beacon. So you need to get your interrupts out on Cosmic Beacon really quick, and only on Cosmic Beacon.
Yeah.
Do
Also,
we want to have at least 1 person on each one? That way you can enter.
Also, tanks, if the tree is down, do not go into spirit form if we have a B-res available.
Do not go into spirit, so do not release? Is that what you're saying?
Do not release. If the tree is not up, do not release, or else we will not be able to B-res you.
Ah, nice.
Another question. Should we just go ahead and let the stacks build until we die, and then use the tree while it's still available? Because I know that I've read that.
Yes.
Okay, so don't switch then until basically the tree is gone, and then swap as we can.
One thing that's going to be an issue is the enrage timer. So, keeping that in mind, make sure you use 3 pots during this fight. You need to maximize your DPS to make sure we're not running out of time. So that means 1 at start. Usually you can use the second one right about the time we're done with this little first phase, and then it will be up again on the last phase.
Yeah, essentially, a clean phase 1 is almost essential to downing the spots if you're on the edge of it. So.
Yeah, basically the more DPS we do in this first phase is directly involves or gives us how much time in the last phase. So if we can burn him really quick in the first phase, it'll give us more time in the last phase.
And really, the only way you can kind of just, if you have no deaths through phase 1, 2, and 3, like, you're gonna have as much time as you want on the last phase. As long as people like run bombs out on the last phase and kill orbs, it's a GG. The last phase doesn't change at all.
Can you go over the blight change again?
Essentially, it's not. All the timers in phase 1 are just way stricter. So,
well, and the blight and the orbs, they will coincide at the same time. So if you get the blight, it sucks because you have to run to the back, drop your bad, and then by the time you return, the orb is going to be despawn. So it's just kind of bad luck.
Packet has a really good idea of when we should go for orbs and when we shouldn't.
I'll be calling out when to move for Scythe, when to get your buffs. Do not go for them right away unless I say so.
Yeah, he's super on point with that stuff. So, if we all follow his direction, we won't get any sides that are wild.
Sounds like a plan.
Also, if you get the blight and the cone is coming up, don't run all the way to the back. Run back further enough to where you're not going to hit the raid with it, and then get ready to move over a little bit, just a little bit, so you don't get killed and you have time to run out when it lands. Because I see people run all the way to the back and then get hit by the cone and die, and they're like, "What happened?" Well, that's what happened. And if you know you're going to get hit by it, use a cooldown. You take big hits with that dot, it does a lot of damage, so if you want to survive, use a cooldown and run out of it as fast as you can.
What's the range on the blight?
It just leaves a little circle. I mean, it's probably maybe 5 yards, but I mean, usually if you run back to here and everybody else is up at the feet of the boss, that's more than enough. If you're, there's a couple, if there's 2 of you or whatever, just, be smart about it and don't get hit by the cone, because the cone's what's going to kill you, not the blight.
And does everyone know which ad is most vulnerable to their class?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just a quick little refresher then. So the ad is going to appear right behind Argus, so that's physical. And then if we go clockwise, it's going to go physical, fire, shadow, arcane, frost, nature, holy. So just be mindful of which ad is going to be most vulnerable to you, and that's the one that you want to target first. And then we rejig when the swords appear.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the most important changes as far as DPS is concerned on the fight, is that you don't want to be going after the big ads at all. You want to be going after the one that is vulnerable to your damage type.
And then just allow the tanks to take down the big one? The ones with the ad? Or the sword?
No. It's always going to have at least some DPS on it because it's going to be one of the damage type.
Well,
the sword ad just needs to be stayed away from other stuff as much as possible.
Well, the reason that works is because the dagger and the sword ad, they switch places with other ads if they don't die.
Right.
So, in order to kill them all in the time allowed, you just need everyone to be doing their max DPS during that phase, which means they need to be killing the one that goes for their damage type. So, everyone should...
Question. Not to sound undermining anything, but that's a lot of damage for the tanks, and if we don't kill the ads in a reasonable amount of time, then our tanks are going to get smashed, because that stuff hurts a lot.
Well, yeah, but they switch. I mean, if you guys switch which ad you're doing, does that help? I don't know if you guys get debuffs or not.
Well, I was from the strat that I read. When the swords appear, we focus on those guys to try to get those guys down.
I would highly advise against that.
No. That's how we did it. One person has to stay on each ad. Everybody else should be on the sword ad. Until it switches, etc. So, if you know your damage type, and there's multiple people in the raid that have that damage type, one of you should always be on your damage type, because if you miss that interrupt, one is doable, 2 interrupts going out and being missed, it's a wipe. So, at least one person of each damage type should always be on their damage type. And if you do not have an interrupt, you need to call it what ad near whatever marker so somebody else can get that interrupt.
Well, then maybe it's best to assign that one person on the particular ad. So, Thalen, you've got physical?
I got holy. Holy. Best.
Yes.
Okay.
Jargon and myself would be physical. Dariella and Bedasatron should have nature.
Hade has shadow.
No, he doesn't.
Hade's held.
I'm like, what? Okay, what about fire?
That would be your shamans.
Yeah, Odessa has fire.
Harima, is yours shadow or nature? Nature. Okay. It would actually be better if you were on nature, since you have a melee interrupt time. Another thing with the interrupt, when it's needed to be interrupted, the first time, always interrupt it like right away, as soon as possible, because there's a delay in the interrupt that it can't be interrupted again. So if you interrupt it right as it comes out, you'll be able to interrupt it near the end of the cast the next time it casts it. So they get an immunity to being interrupted, so you have to interrupt it as soon as possible.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, make sure you're not interrupting the Star Blast. Because then you won't be able to interrupt the Cosmic Beacon.
Freezer would be Frost. We do not have somebody for Arcane, so that would be our one thing that people would just have to watch out for.
And Arcane's going to be close to the moon. Ish. Alright guys, let's get this to go.
One other thing, can we move your blue and X markers? They are definitely not far enough out.
Sure.
Can we put, let's have single-minded go for the moon and just stay on top of the interrupts for that guy? Does that work?
That would work, because Demon Hunters do bonus damage to all of them.
Correct. So if we have, just make sure you only interrupt the constellation thingy, and then just stay on that guy. And then we'll have somebody in every ad, and then anybody who wasn't called should be on the sword ads, and a sword ad, and then the dagger ad afterward.
Alright, sounds good.
X should be like all the way against the wall. Same with blue. It is very important that we have the absolute max range on the bombs, because even at 40 yards away, it's still going to be doing 1 mil to everybody. Any closer, you're getting hit for 2 mil plus. So healers that get bomb, make sure you are on blue.
Also, what's X4?
That's where the boss will be going after the first phase.
And when you get the bombs, use your personals, because you're going to be far away from a healer.
Okay.
So, use your personals if you want to live, Yeah.
Yeah. Help out your healers early and often.
Cool. Let's do this.
And on the last phase, make sure you do that double ESO.
Yes, bombs. Doesn't matter. Any phase have to go to the wall. In the last spot.
Yeah, in the last phase.
It's more important because if you hit somebody else who just got a bomb and kill them and they're close to everybody, like if they're on the way out or something, it does a chain reaction. So if that person dies, that bomb explodes and you just kill everybody.
Last phase.
Hi, Shorty.
Super important. Run it out as soon as you get it in the last phase, regardless of what you think you can do or can't.
Okay. Are we ready?
Hey, Shorty, and on the tanks.
Can we move purple to the other side of blue, please?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everybody stack up near the boss. The first buff that comes out, you can grab it and then go right back to where we're at. Buffs out of the group. Those are you're always gonna get one, so hold off on tank switching. Same with you, Annie. Whoever doesn't have the boss will usually get it. Move. Alright, do not get your buffs this time. Buff people, make sure you're to the left of the group.
Take the blights out.
Move.
Whoever dropped that first haste one in the group just reset everyone's buff.
Take the blights out.
Alright, do not grab your buffs. Buffs get out of the group to the left. Move. You gotta be watching when you get those buffs, guys.
Goes on me, please.
Move. Grab your buffs. Back. Move. Buffs to the left.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I just
screwed
up. Sorry. Trying to get me all buff and I killed you. I'm sorry.
So, with this first fade, it's highly important that basically everybody stays alive. So if we have more than 1 or 2 people go down, it's best to just wipe it. Wasting reses in the first phase is not wanted, because you are definitely going to need them for the last phase.
Sorry.
Sounds good.
Dumb question. Is there something I'm looking for that's hit on me for when I have a buff, so I know not to taunt?
It should say crit mass or haste verse above your head.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
your character should be glowing a certain, either like the blue bubble or like kind of lightning-y above your head.
Alright. Yeah, I realized I picked up that stupid thing and I'm like, well, it's okay.
And also, it's super important that people who get the buff like get away from the group, because last time, the second buff that went out, someone stayed in the group with their buff, and it reset everyone or all the melee's mastery buff.
Okay, you guys see the where the Argus is standing? The first ring. The first ring should be where the crit buff should be. The second ring is where the haste buff is going to be. So if you get those, that's where you need to be. You need to be spread out, because it's very important we get those and not overlap them, because once you hit the other one, then we lose the buff we had. So if we accidentally hit one, then we lose our buff. So do the crit haste in on the inner ring, and do the haste one on the outer ring.
Just constantly give your debuff area of your screen look-see every once in a while. Every cycle, I guess.
If there's any delay on vent for some people, as soon as Cone of Death gets cast and he raises his axe thing, scythe, move to your left. It's not going to follow you. As soon as it goes up and starts casting, move. Because I know some people may have lag or whatever on vent, and we just want to survive the first phase as much as possible. Otherwise you won't make the enrage timer if people aren't up.
Alright, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Death and pain!
Get up closer to the boss.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champion, Golden.
Buffs out of the group. Grab your buff, get back in. Move. That's it.
Yeah.
Buff to the left. Move. Alright, this next one, you will not get your buff right away.
Run out.
Buffs out of the group. Move. Grab your buff after.
Let's fight it up, guys, and we can squeeze in one more attempt. Everyone stand in bed. Whew, that didn't take long.
Yeah, if you get Blight, you do not need to go way far back.
Actually, here's the methodology on Blight. If he just did his Cone of Death and you're the first person to get Blight after that, run to a far-ish back position. The next person who gets Blight runs just slightly ahead of them. The next person runs slightly ahead of them. The first person who gets Blight should always run the furthest back.
But they have to be careful running back so they don't get hit by the other two, though.
Exactly. You need to run around the people that are going to be popping in front of you.
And with the I saw a couple people run back here. There's one inner ring, that's where the crit one, and then there's a little edge that comes out to the next little secondary ring. I'm not where those things are. That's exactly that's what we're looking for. Because the further we have to run, the less DPS we do. But if we just have to move over like a half an inch and grab our buff and then get back in line, that's what we're looking for.
Everyone repair right now, because if we do get to the last phase, you're going to take more durability loss. Even if you're repaired right now, you may not be when we get to the final phase.
No, we'll definitely take durability loss.
Alright, this is for go. Food is down. Okay, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Death and pain!
Everybody should be right up on the boss's tush.
The might of sea and sky must aid our champions. Go!
Oh. Oh, that was bad. Your buff go back. Move. Do not get your buffs. Get them when you're running. Move. Run out. Bust out. Move. Do not get your buffs. Move. Take your buffs out. Grab your buff, then come right back. And people drop blight in the group. Move. Someone was way too far to the left. You have to hug this side as much as possible, guys. Grab the buff. Shockwave. Move. And that is where we wipe. Comes down to a DPS race at this point. The goal is to have him phased before we get half, like 2/3 of the room filled up.
Blight management is really bad.
I go to claim your prize.
Yeah, blight and buff management is key.
Let's squeeze in one more, guys.
Many wares.
Make sure you repair.
Feast is down.
So, what I'm seeing is a lot of people tend to spread out slightly when we move. If you have your buff, you get your buff, everybody should be death dotting. Meaning, we should all be as close to that previous pie chart as possible. That way, we're covering the least amount of the room as possible every time that cone of death comes out.
If you get blight, don't go for the buff.
That's right.
The further away you are from that pie chart, whenever he tags a person to do his next one, the worse off we are. That being said, that shouldn't come at the cost of DPS. Unless, like, you're just way the fuck out there.
Fudge.
Oh yeah, the fudge. Sorry.
But ultimately, survival is way more important. It's better to be alive to do DPS than it is to get the buff. If you miss a buff, you can always get the next one.
Yeah, if you die in this phase, you're going to stay dead till likely the 4th phase. So, you miss 2 phases of DPS, that hurts the raid a lot. So, focus on survivability.
I feel like if 1 or 2 people die, then it might as well be a...
Pretty much.
Right now, it would be.
Yeah, we're on
To be fair, I'd also like to see the fight a little bit more so we can get practice at the phases. So, I mean, even just going through it, you know, will be helpful.
Let's give it one last hurrah here, guys. Alright, on the tanks.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Death and pain! The might of sea and sky must aid our champion of Skull.
Buffs out. Grab your buff, go right back. Move. Hug that corner. Lights out. Buffs out. Make sure you do not grab your buff. Wait for the pie. Move. Grab your buff. Hug the pie piece, unless you have blade. Do not get your buffs. Buffs out. Move. Grab your buffs. We had Blight put right in the group. Everybody move close to that pie chart as best you can. Front or back. Alright, move. Buffs out. Grab them. Move. We had somebody too far to the left there. Buffs out, blade out.
Let the fury of the sea wash away.
That's phase. Dozer and Annie, you are going to turn him as soon as possible towards X. Everybody else run towards his right leg.
Second spot.
Back him to X. Everybody will stay near his right leg. Only move if you need to for sights. Bombs to the back, or bomb to the blue, burst to the back. Heroic, if you get burst, just get out. Don't worry about your DPS. If it goes off in the group, you're probably wiping it.
Watch yourself.
Sides are damn near distance.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Burst and bombs out. Whoever has that burst in the middle of the thing, you have to go all the way to the back of the room.
Watch your step.
Everybody should still be near his right leg.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Burst and bomb out.
Dead soon. Want you a step?
3% till phase.
2, 1.
Target you.
Burst and bomb out.
Dead soon.
Everybody stay at X. Everybody that doesn't have a bomb, stay at X.
The demon's on, so I can't get.
Unmaker, the one force that can bind your relentless fury.
That is phase 1 and phase 2. Just go to your respective ad that you would normally go to. Make sure we're getting interrupts. If you see an interrupt and nobody's on it, call it out.
Somebody watch fire. I'm not on it.
I couldn't get fire. Fire's going off.
Target you.
Make sure you're not getting hit by Scythe unless you're targeted by them.
Fire again.
That.
Why did I get killed by melee?
40%, guys. That was great. So I think we'll call it here. So for next Saturday, I already have it posted. So like we mentioned at the beginning of Raid tonight, it'll just be Argus only. So we'll devote 3 hours to getting Argus down. And then next Friday is a fresh heroic run. If we need to, we can do normal Agrimar and Argus. If not, we'll just do a fresh heroic run.
Wait, what day was the Argus attempt?
Next, from here on in, we're going to keep the lockout and we're going to progress. So for next Saturday, we'll be on Argus.
Oh, good. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Guys, we got Agrimar down. We did fantastic. Great job tonight.
Absolutely. Good job, everyone.
And I'll post the video of our last attempt on Facebook.
And I will upload mine to the website as well as our YouTube channel.
Yeah, the Agrimar kill was very smooth. Like, it was not bad at all.
Yeah, that was solid.
Really good job, guys.
Yeah, I could tell, like, at the beginning of the group, or at the beginning, or first couple of pulls, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna work out well.
Freezer Burnt has left the server.
As I said, you just needed the holy power to get.
And unholy decay.
It was all you, hey.
I mean, without you guys, we would never have been able to do it. Thank you so much.
Good job, team. Go crush dice.
Yeah, crushed ice.
No. You are all so wrong.
Twitch has left the server.
Dude, crushed ice is the best. That's just how it is. It's a fact.
It's science. I mean, you even have the poll up.
Exactly, for science. And science says crushed is better.
Popular choice
It
is not
wasn't
always the
for
right
science at all. It was to prove me right, and you guys let me down.
I mean, you should have kind of told us that before, and I could have, you know, changed my results. But I mean, objectively, I gotta go with Crush.
Ugh.
I just know that I wasn't the automatically dead guy, so I feel good about this raid.
I know. I always like it when like I don't die a lot. It's a good win.
Alright guys, well I'm off for the night. I'll see y'all later.
Have a good one.
Yeah, me too. Have a good day.
What about
good night?
It's gonna be awesome
Properia
keys
has
with
left
Annie.
the server. Single-minded has left the server.
Mythic Happy. Right, it's Mythic Happy.